All right, it's election day, everyone. Time to vote. Vote for your favorite candidate or your least favorite candidate, or write someone else in, or don't vote, I guess. So I was thinking about what we're going to question on Question Tuesday, the day that we can all vote. And I feel like there's a couple of things. Obviously, you want to question who you're going to vote for. I hope that goes without saying. But also, I feel like we need to question potentially a couple of other things. Two things really kind of stand out to me. The first thing is party affiliation. I feel like we really need to question our party affiliation and whether or not we are just identifying ourselves with a specific party. I don't feel like identifying with a party is always super great because a party stands for a lot of different things. So you might not align with everything that that party stands for, even if generally or with the most important issues you feel like you align. Now, I don't feel like I identify specifically with a party. If you asked me, are you a Democrat or a Republican or whatever, I would say none. I don't consider myself any of those things. And I feel like identifying as being a member of this party automatically kind of makes you oppose the other side, which is true, but it can also make us feel like we oppose those people, which is the second thing that I want to question on this day that we vote, is how we think about and treat people who are on the other side. If you're watching this video, there's a very good chance that you voted differently from me, that you didn't vote at all, something, right? We all come from different walks of life and we all have different ideas of how the world should work. And I think it's interesting because I feel like we are very divided right now. There's no denying that in many ways. In the Catholic Church, there is a strong division. And in our nation, politically, there's a strong division. And even though you might be on one side of that division and you oppose what the other side stands for, we still need to be able to not oppose those people, okay? We need to separate their beliefs, their ideas, the way that they vote from who they are. And I feel like sometimes there's a very strong sense of, well, if you could possibly vote for this other side or this other evil person, we can't be friends. There's no way we can get along. And I just think that is terrible. It's not a good way to live. We should have dialogue. I'd be very interested to hear why you voted for this other person when I voted for this person. Maybe part of that, I think, comes from detaching yourself emotionally from your beliefs. So yes, I might believe something very strongly in one direction, and hopefully I've questioned that. But then when I see someone who believes very strongly in the other direction, isn't that interesting? I wonder how they came to that conclusion. Here's the thing. We have to believe that everyone is doing what they think is best. We have to believe that everyone is voting for who they think will make this country the best that it can be, that will make, whatever they think is important. And so maybe they think other things are important, or maybe they think the same thing is important, but that the other side is going to be better at accomplishing that. So there's all different ways that they can come to a different conclusion of us, of who should be in charge, who should be running the country, how things should work. And we might oppose those ideas and we might be wrong, or they might be wrong, or maybe there is no wrong. I don't know. I just think we want to live in a world, since we all have a voice, we can all vote, right? How about we communicate with each other and talk to each other and ask questions and say, hey, how come you believe what you believe? I feel like I feel like people will just lump the other side into some kind of specific category and be like, okay, well, they're all this. They're all crazy liberals or crazy racists, or we just like kind of lump the other side together. And it's like, okay, well, maybe they have good reasons that they've come to, or conclusions that they think are good. Maybe they're trying to do the right thing. I don't know. The thing that I do have a hard time with is people who don't vote. That bothers me because I feel like even if you don't want to vote for the main people that are running, you can write someone in, and that can be your way of kind of protesting and making a stand and saying, I totally get being against the two-party system and saying, well, how come I have to choose between these two people? I don't like either of them. So vote third party, write in someone. I do think it is important that we express whatever it is that we want to express through our vote. I feel like sometimes people, I don't know if this is still happening, but I feel like I've heard people that, are going to protest by not voting and say, well, forget this. I'm just not going to vote. But what are you saying? You're saying that you're not going to vote. So no one's going to try to win your vote, if that makes any sense, right? So can you imagine if tons of people voted third party, or if tons of people, even if they all wrote in different people, can you imagine if half the country just should write in votes, what that would mean? And how maybe our politicians would start to think and question, like, okay, what are all these people looking for? Why didn't they vote for the people who were running? That's actually who I struggle most with, is someone who's just going to say, I'm not going to vote at all, because I just want to be like, vote, please vote. But again, I don't want to let my emotions get in there. I want to say, hey, maybe you have good reasons, or you feel like it's good to not vote for whatever reason. So in the comments below, this is like asking for trouble, right? I'm not asking you to say who you voted for. Do you feel like you can talk to people who have very different political beliefs than you? Do you feel like you can have a dialogue with them? Do you feel like you are emotionally stable enough to do that when it comes down to it? Do you feel like other people are? Have you run into people who are like, I don't talk about politics a lot with people who have different political beliefs than me? Not because I don't want to, but because I just feel like it's so emotionally charged that if we're friends, I'm not sure that we can remain friends if we talk politically, right? Also have people who have very different religious beliefs than me too, and that can come into play in all sorts of things. But I have found people who I can have dialogues with, and we question each other, and I love that. So let me know what your experience has been with interacting with people on the other side, or if you are someone who doesn't vote. I'm curious as to why. If you have a specific reason for that, that would be great in the comments as well. I will say I'm always amazed when I find married couples who have completely opposite political beliefs. That I do not understand. Like, I want to be friends with people, and yeah, I'll have a conversation, but I cannot imagine trying to raise my kids with a spouse who has completely opposite religious or political beliefs. So if you are someone who is married to someone with opposite political beliefs, please do share on how that works, or if that works, or what your thought process is. I mean, it's possible, I guess, for people to get married and then change. So I'm sure it happens in that sense too. So let me know your experiences down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Question Tuesday. Again, I'm Shoeless Joe. Join me tomorrow for Whatever Wednesday. Keep it simple, question everything, and stay radical. Goodbye forever, or at least for now.